everyone, it's John Michael, and welcome to another episode of Cavaliers Courtside. What a start it has been for the Cavaliers, not only on this floor, but to open the season winners of 25 of their first 29 games. We have a jam-packed show. Cavalier legend Larry Nance will stop by to have a word. We're going to take a look back at the Cleveland Chargers opening night at Public Hall. This is one of the best venues in the country. Really something you have to see. All-star voting has also begun. You know what to do here. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. Get your votes in. And here's Ahmad Crump to talk about why.
We're here to celebrate 4 new revolutionary players. 4 players who are redefining what it means to be an NBA All-Star. Dynamic, explosive, unstoppable. Spider Mitchell has turned the rim into a canvas and every dunk into a masterpiece. A highlight reel that you cannot stop watching. Next, a visionary. DG doesn't just see the court, he feels it. This isn't just court awareness, it's mastery. A force of nature in the paint. Defenders fear him. Teammates trust him. J.A., he does it all. This is domination at its purest. Finally, a two-way machine. Evan is the kind of player who shuts down the stars on defense and lights up the scoreboard on the other end. 4 players, 1 All-Star game. Let's send them all where they belong. Vote now, because greatness deserves the spotlight.
Hey, we welcome you back to Cavaliers Courtside, and we are joined by a Cavalier legend. It is, of course, Larry Nance. Always so good to see you, my friend.
Well, thanks for having me. I haven't been on quite a while. Thank goodness you're not Brad Daugherty, because I would have to say no.
Hey, listen, actually, we were going to talk about this later in the interview, but let's talk about it now. Brad is always fond of saying that you and Mark Price were, I'm trying to say this the right way, more of hoggers of the ball when he played the game, and if he, would have gotten more passes, his numbers would have been much, much better. Your thought? Let's set the record straight. Your thoughts?
Well, me and Mark passed him the ball too much.
Yeah.
I think if we didn't pass Brad the ball, Mark and I would be in the Hall of Fame by now, because Brad shot all the balls. Everything had to go through him. But that proves what kind of baby and selfishness guy he is.
Larry, what are some of your fondest memories? I mean, that is a team that stands out in so many people's minds here in Northeast Ohio. When you think about those clubs and the effect that you had on this area, what stands out?
Well, that's how close we were. I mean, the stuff that me and Brad do right now all the time, I mean, we did that every day. And that's what made it fun. We didn't hurt each other's feelings. And once we got on the floor, we just passed the ball to the open guy. And we moved the ball around till the open guy came. And we just played together, and that right there is hard to do, and we were successful at it. And one of the successful things of this team, because they played it kind of the same way. They like each other, they pass the ball and unselfish, and those teams are usually pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, another thing these two teams have in common, great crowds. Obviously, the crowd has been hopping here inside Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, but tell us about some of those crowds at Richfield.
The crowds in Richfield was second to none. I've been to both.
Right.
And I don't want to say nothing about this crowd, because it's very good. But those people out there were just unbelievable, which have a lot to do with why we still raise our family here, because we met so many friends and wonderful fans and everything, so we raised a family here. But it used to get really loud out there, man. It really loud. And it just I still say second to none, but we have a great crowd here now, and we'll take advantage of both.
It is something that's really unique to this organization. You see so many legends like Austin, like Campy, guys who aren't from around here. Jim Jones, who have settled and have made their homes here, like yourself. What is it about this place particularly that has made so many of you stay?
Well, it's not the weather. I guarantee you that. But it is just the friends we've met, and like you said, when I come to a game, people remember me and talk to me all the time, and it's just the best place. And you know, Larry want to raise his family here. Hopefully Pete do it. I know Casey do. So, and that's why, because of all the friends we've met over the years.
You bring up, of course, Larry and Pete. Congratulations to Pete, by the way, signing a contract with Philadelphia. Your thoughts on, you know, not only that signing, but Larry also thriving in Atlanta right now?
Well, Larry's in Atlanta, which is, forget about Larry. The grandbabies is easy for me to get to. but Larry, for some reason, he got up out of bed this year and decided he wanted to make threes. He could have done it his whole career, but now he decided to do it now. He's having a great season so far. Hopefully he's going to get to play more, and I'm really proud of him.
How about Pete?
Obviously, Pete going to the 76ers is a positive thing. He just got to wait for a chance to get out there and play, and Pete's been working really hard. And I think once he get out there, they're going to like the stuff he can do, because he's a very high IQ guy, and he can pass the ball around, and he's knocking down that shot. So hopefully they give him a chance really soon, and hope he do well.
There you've gotten to watch this Cavalier team, winners of 25 of the first 29. What has stood out for you on this floor when you've seen this team and the success they've had here early?
Man, it's nice having those two bigs inside, those two smalls outside. Those, I mean, that's the stars of the team, and they all, you know, number one, they just like each other. There's so much smiling going on during the games, and you know, sometimes they go through tough points and they're still smiling because they make the right plays, and so unselfish. And you know, that's the reason for this run, because they play with 5 people, and any team that play with 5 people is going to be tough, and this team got that figured out. They got a great coach, and everything they do, I love.
Yeah, we hear Brad talk about how his game would translate to today's game. Before we get to, hey, how do you think Brad's game, with that face, let me ask you, how would Brad's game translate to today's game?
Well, he couldn't guard. You know, when they run the pick and the center's got to guard the guards, Brad's not going to do that. He's not going to go that far away from the basket. So I think it'd be horrible. But now me and Hot Rod could go out there and guard those guards. But Brad played at the right time.
Can you imagine, by the way, Mark Price playing in this three-point era?
He would be just as good as everybody else. And, you know, I talk about Mark, and the reason he didn't shoot them long threes because he wasn't introduced. But if it would have been introduced back when he was playing, I would think he would be as good as anybody. I mean, that's my number one guard, and I'll stand up and represent him any day.
How do you like today's game, the way the game is going? Your thought? I mean, there are a lot of differing opinions from players in your era about how this game is and where it's going right now. Your thoughts?
I wonder that all the time, because the game now is not my cup of tea. Because probably I'll be on the bench because I'm not jacking threes. But I like when we went inside to me or Brad or Hot Rod, and then teams had to double team, and then we threw it out, and then you were shooting wide open shots. So I still like the old style way, but Larry, Pete, and I always have conversations. They think their way is way better. They think they would beat the crap out of us.
Larry, it's always so good catching up with you. Happy holidays.
All right, thank you.
All right, the patriarch of one of the royal families here with the Cavaliers and in Northeast Ohio. Our thanks to Larry Nance. Much more right after this.
So in terms of us deciding paint it black, you know, we thought that a tie into the museum obviously is a huge part of what we wanted to incorporate into the piece, but also just the song in general, and so many of us having a background with that kind of rock and roll and growing up listening to that music. That's definitely a big part of our inspiration to rock this out.
Percussion is something I've always had a love for since I was young, so be able to bring my more artistic side into it and have that represented on such a grand stage with the Cavs and the 216, that was just such a cool opportunity, I thought.
Really cool what they're doing. I really think it's cool, and that we as students get to help the team out and let them add our artistic work into their performance. So
yeah, I think the fact that we have painted trash cans and buckets just brings out the aura altogether of our performance and really brings out the personality, not only with the jerseys, the buckets, and also the court. So it's just all one big extravaganza.
I mean, the partnership, the art museum, first off, I think it's super cool because it's the sports and art mix, which is what we do.
I loved the color of the jersey, so being able to come in and see that general palette was really cool. And I liked that on the sides, it has kind of like that almost like comic book rip out. And we were told to go big.
Coming up next time out, 2166 Paint It Black.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We're back here on Cavaliers Courtside. Well, of course, the Cavaliers NBA G League affiliate is the Cleveland Charge, and they have a new home this season, and it is unique. It's at Cleveland's historic Public Hall. We had an event there for season ticket holders for Wine and Gold United members early in the season. Got a preview, a sneak peek at what it would look like, and just to imagine a basketball court in the middle of the theater seating and everything else was something that we have been waiting for a while, and what an opening night it was. Let's take a look back.
For over a century, Public Hall has stood as a symbol of Cleveland spirit. A place where legends performed, history was made, and memories were created. And now, with a multi-million-dollar investment from Rock Entertainment Group, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Charge, and Chairman Dan Gilbert, this storied venue has been reinvigorated for the next generation. On a historic night in Cleveland, Public Hall came alive like never before.
Down the left side, no look pass, right side, two-hand slam, Naquan Tomlin. Good ball movement, straightaway three for Zaire Smith up and in.
This was a culmination of months of work to reimagine a historic venue in the heart of downtown Cleveland for pro basketball. While other teams may elect to play in less unique cookie-cutter arenas, the Charge in the city of Cleveland chose a different path, investing in an iconic venue, which has stood the test of time to become the most unique venue in the NBA G League. Grand opening night was more than a basketball game. It was a celebration of collaboration, community, and the resilience of Cleveland together. We've turned Public Hall into a home for professional basketball and for Cleveland to enjoy for years to come. Thank you, City of Cleveland, for the opportunity to be part of this great partnership. The NBA G League has arrived at Public Hall. Charge up.
Well, of course, we have such a wide array of shows right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. One of the best is a road back. It's a behind-the-scenes look at the Cavaliers, not only on the floor, but off the floor as well. In case you haven't seen it, here's a sneak peek.
Thrilled for him. I mean, what a great opportunity, and he's obviously crushing it here, so I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, I'll take one. Yep. Right there. What's his tie Jerome into this team?
Normally wasn't Ty before, and I know in Golden State he was very pass first, but he's really upped his aggressiveness, and he can score the ball. He knows he's playing off the ball a little more than maybe he's used to. So, and he's had that mentality since he came in the gym, and in August, just I'm going to be more aggressive, and then he's really done a great job in the performance room, taking care of his body. He just gave us a big spark tonight, obviously.
Only undefeated team in the NBA. I mean, it seems like week to week we're still talking about this, but what's to say about this team in general?
Yeah, I mean, 10-0 is something. It's a little bit of a kind of magic number, right? 10 and we're playing really good basketball, and just really pleased where the group is, and I was worried about tonight. They were 7-1 and they're rolling, and we're not. They're coming in here, they're champions. They're going to try to kind of knock our block off, and the way we came out tonight, and that surprised me how ready we were, how hungry we were, and the 10-0. It's pretty unbelievable job by our guys.
Have the ball back with a 1-point lead and 2:09 to go with their perfect 10-0 record on the line.
A good defensive team. They want you to throw the ball in right there.
as much as we struggled in that third quarter, that was a heck of a comeback.
Darius, a hesitation move. Finds Mobley! Deals off, and the Nets are going to run out of time. And what a fitting ending to the ball game. And he has a chance for three.
Tell me who you see when you look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you like?
From Darius Garland, and just like that, the Cavaliers have retaken the lead. Niang for three. Hey, knocks it down. Shot clock down to 3. Garland will foul.
What's it like not to also learn from losses? Like guys usually talk about you learn from losses, right? But you haven't really had to do that yet. So
yeah, that's a good question. I do think when you have standards and you don't play well, you can still coach out of that. And when you lose, there's a real wake-up call. You're like stunned and probably more receptive. So we'll see how they react tonight, especially on the defensive side.
We're here at the Cleveland Museum of Art, and I'm about to draw the Mona Lisa. Or try to. Just get a little head going. So I'm just trying to get the shape of her body, basically. Now we're going in detail with the hair. It just comes down. Nothing crazy. I feel like I need more utensils than just this, but draw a little hair in. Hair on the other side. This is gonna be bad. Get her close. Collar comes across and over. Arms come down. Other arm. Try to cross them across. This arm is right here. Hand right here. Now we just gotta go with the face. The eyeball. Eyeball. And the nose comes down. This is bad. Her expression is pretty bland, I would say, just straight face. So I just drew little eyes and her nose, trying to be pretty accurate, but yeah, that's the Mona Lisa. Picture frame.
We saw Isaac Okoro and his artistic talents earlier this season. Now we see Evan Mobley. His talents, obviously, are limitless. So as Sam Merrill and the Cavaliers get ready to go, that's going to do it for us for tonight's show. We wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season. Happy New Year, everyone, from all of us here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
It's a movie, red carpet, the lights going through me. Anytime I arrive, it's the new me. Real diamonds in my neck, there's groupies. Flashing lights, all these things come to me. Dressed in pride, all my wings got weight. You feel that? You feel that?
Into the paint, Mitchell.
Oh, classic, classic. If I drop any day, it's a classic. Any wave that I'm on, it's a classic. Hey, you that? Classic, classic, classic. If I drop any day, it's a classic. Any move that I make, it's a classic. Hey, you got it. Classic. Yeah, I'm on the move. Watch your step when I'm coming through. Next big thing, and I'm on the move. Bare So watch your step when I'm coming through. Classic. If I drop any day, it's a classic. Any move that I make is a classic. Hey, you heard that? Classic.
Sam pockets the corner, triple.